What's going on, everybody? Hello out there. How is everyone? I'm Justin Chamness, and this is Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're all about helping you get to that first deal or maybe that next deal paycheck. We like to call it shut up money. Hashtag shut up money. Because it changes your paradigm, it changes your reality. My goodness, I hope you've been having a great week. This is our Saturday edition. We do have VIP sessions all throughout the week, but Saturday is a public session, and it has been for about 3 years. So if you want to come in here and join me today and the others, you're more than welcome to do so. www.zoomjustin.com is how you get right here into this Zoom room. You can come in and chat with us, ask us your questions, let us know how things are going with you, and let's see if we can help you a little bit. Maybe we can. That'd be nice if we could. But we have a lot of great folks here today. We have a lot of really great things coming up in the VIP club for VIP members. And today we launch the summer games. Oh, we launched the summer games. So I want to start a game with the VIP members called Phone Bingo. And I want to go over Phone Bingo with you today. I want to talk about Phone Bingo. Of course, I want to answer your questions, but I want to also talk about Phone Bingo. All right, what is Phone Bingo and how do we play? I think this is going to be a good. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a little competition, but healthy competition, if you know what I mean. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? It's good to see folks here in the Zoom room with me. We have Nick and Mark, Steve, Carl, Anthony is here. We have Rick from the West Coast. We have Alan Bryan. Welcome, everybody. Again, the Zoom room password today, there's no password. It's just www.zoomjustin.com. All right, we have a lot more people coming in here. Golly, somebody tell me about your week. Anybody?
I'll go. We been making calls every day, 6 days a week, and it's been pretty awesome. Got a couple contracts. Couple people who've been making the calls been making got some contracts too. So it's been a pretty good week. Haven't sold anything yet. Have have stuff in the wings though.
Yeah, that's great. So you say you got a couple contracts, and some of the VIP members in your group have too. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Right on.
Alan got one.
Alan.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Man, that's great. I want you to tell me about yours too.
Well, God is good. I think it was this one was from Tennessee. This couple intended to fix it up to live in it, but then somewhere along the line, that plan got ruined. So, hey, I essentially used the guts sales training from here and said, imagine we could take this off your shoulder where you no longer have to go to and from Home Depot and make the repairs. Like, how much cash would you expect to see in the duffel bag in order for us to exchange keys? And took it from there, and
Yeah, that sounds like you were selling the sizzle, not the steak. Who said that? Who coined
I think it was Joe
that
Girard.
phrase?
Was that Joe Girard or one of the other car salesmen?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Good job, Alan.
But yeah,
Thank you,
selling the sizzle and not the steak, meaning that what was the sizzle for that guy?
he didn't want to make any more repairs, and he thought that he could do it, but things change, and I guess, you know, his wife thought the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the sizzle for that guy, and you showed him the sizzle, and he bought the steak. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. I owe you
Thank you,
this.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, and Mark too. Congratulations, guys. Hey, if that doesn't wake
Thank
your
you.
ass up at 8 a.m. on the West Coast, I don't know what would. Clanking that thing around at 8 a.m. Actually, there's some people around here still in bed. They're probably like, what the hell is going on in there? We're having a great time. That's what's going on. Well, congratulations, guys. Where'd you get the leads?
We followed your Zillow scraping video, so that, you know, text blast.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
For sale by
Follow it to the
owners on
T.
Zillow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I remember a day and age when we would just go to Zillow, get the app, put the app on our phone, and then set up some kind of notification system where it would let us know when houses became available in certain areas, and then we would just let it drip on us. But this is a way better, way better strategy to scrape, you know, hundreds of them at a time, and then text blast them all, which is it's what I do. I'm glad it's working for you guys too. So, if you're out there probably watching and you're not a part of the VIP club, you might be curious as to what we're all talking about. This actually is realestatewholesalerclub.com. Right now, there's a pop-up on it, and that pop-up will allow you to download the bingo card if you're a VIP member. Okay? Because we're starting the VIP summer games. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's bingo. It's not like the Olympics, okay? But anyway, the quick start course, you guys are familiar with this. If you're in the VIP club, the section on getting leads, this video right here, getting for sale by owner leads on Zillow, going to follow that. This week in the VIP club, we got a lot going on. Of course, here's our schedule. And then also we have a topic that we're going to embrace this week, which is the cash buyers, the tenant buyers, locating buyers, finding buyers of all different kinds, all different types. So we're going to be focused on dispositions this week in the club, at least on my sessions where I coach the club. But today we're launching this bad boy right here. realestatewholesalerclub.com VIP only game. We're going to do the, let's see, how do I switch out of this? We're going to do bingo. Bingo right there. Do you guys take a look at these squares? Do you see what all is involved in bingo? Yeah. So bingo. Anybody curious about this? Anybody want to ask a question right off the bat about bingo? Anybody got anything to say about bingo? What's bingo make you think of when you hear the word bingo?
Senior citizens.
Bingo. That's what I was gonna say.
It makes you think of what?
Senior citizens.
Oh, yeah, bingo. Oh, you said bingo. That's what I get it. Yeah.
Take it easy with that senior citizen stuff, will you?
Right, watch that there.
I'm looking at these tiles and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is this guy talking about? Bingo, free and fire a prospect, free, etc. What the hell is this? Whatever. I'm gonna sit back and learn. Okay.
I'm going to explain it to you guys, but we'll go through it so everybody understands. But this is a challenge. So this is just a challenge. I'm challenging you guys today to play bingo. All right. You want to play bingo with me? What bingo makes me think of is a big black dog that sits on the porch.
Or snores in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? A nursery rhyme? A big black dog sat out on the porch, and Bingo was his name-o.
That's right. Bingo,
There
and
you go.
Bingo was his name. Oh,
There you go. You got it. Yeah, that's great. So anyway, I want to challenge you guys this week to play bingo with me, and this is going to play really nicely along with VIP members participating in the VIP sessions, or at least one during the week. It's also going to play nicely for those folks that are participating in the calling lab group that Mark has going on, which I want Mark to tell us about that too before we get into the boxes on the bingo board or the card. Mark, tell us
Actually,
about.
I would like either Alan or Sandra or Carl to tell us about it.
That's
because
Studley.
they're kicking ass in it. So, but yeah, basically it's just every morning, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Pacific. We've been doing calls, and man, it's pretty cool. Ed too. Ed's been like in there also, but it's so much easier when we were just talking about this morning about how, because we did calls today at 7 Pacific, how it's so much easier to do it with other people, and it just like forces you. And I mean, I'll tell you, I get up, I drink my coffee, I'm all, frick, I don't feel like making calls, but now I'm like, I'm committed. So,
Yeah.
and then we get them done early. And I'll tell you, everybody that's doing them, I mean, it's like, you can just see the daily improvement too. Like they're just getting better and better and better and better. It's like pretty awesome stuff.
It is awesome. It is awesome. My hat's off to you. I've stopped by and visited that group a couple different times, and every time I've been there, it's been extraordinary. Like what I hear from the members of the VIP club in that little calling group is, I mean, they're skilled, dude. You're right. They're becoming ninjas at this stuff. It's really, really great. Like I learn a little stuff myself. It's great. So who was it? Alan, and who was it else that you said?
Alan, Sandra, Ed, Carl.
Sandra.
I mean, just like Carl today, for example, the way he sounds on the phone, man, he's just getting so much better. It's like, yeah, but yeah, Sandra, Alan, Carl, Ed, so there's some doers there.
You do them on Saturdays too?
Yeah, we've been doing Saturdays at 7 a.m. Pacific. It's been kind of screwy because I wasn't sure what was going on with the we're only able to do it for 40 minutes today, but we got some stuff done. So, and LaShonda too, I just wanted to put a shout out to her. She came on last Saturday. She is good, man. She is really good.
LaShonda?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She is good on the phone.
Thank you, Mark.
LaShonda. That's
Yo,
great.
yo, what's
Hey,
up?
people are talking about you now.
Oh, what I hope it's good.
So far, what I've heard has been good. Yes. I was just
I did want to bring up something about the text message, and I don't know if anybody has heard this, but I've heard twice that they're getting ready to come out with some act called the Trace Act, TRACE. Trace means, those letters mean something. But anyway, they getting ready to come out with this act. I've heard May, and I've heard the end of June that's supposed to be shutting down this text messaging. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that.
Well, we might need to look up into it because I've heard it twice.
Oh yeah. I'll take a look into it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Trace Act.
Trace. Yep. Some kind of. It's called the Trace Act.
Let me write this down.
TRACE.
Yep,
and there's.
Yep.
He. I didn't write it down, but one of the guys that I heard it from, those letters mean something. Each letter means something, but it's an act that's supposed to be coming out. I've heard two different times. I've heard the end of May, and I've heard the end of June.
Okay. All right. I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
My opinion on this is, without knowing anything about it, okay, making a change from text messaging would not be life ending for me.
Right.
I could do that pretty quickly. That's a wonderful part about running your business, so at least the way I do. I have a very light boat. That's the thing. A light boat can turn around pretty quick. It takes a cruise ship a while to turn around. So, I don't worry about things like this. We live in a world where the sky is always falling. Have you noticed that? Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's falling right now.
It really is. We live in a world like that. So you can't let things bother you too much. When they say, oh, the government's going to do this, the government's going to do that, well, they're going to do what they're going to do. It's just not something that usually ends people's industries, things. It's not usually something that ends things. And what I mean is it may end that, but it opens up a whole other category of stuff that you do now.
Right.
It's like Claude says it, like they close the door or they close a window and they open up a garage door. It's like,
Right.
so, and we'll just cross those bridges when they come to it. I've seen the government do a lot of different things to people in my career, and I've seen it affect me a few times when I was in the insurance business. Yeah, they affected that business. And then when I was in the investment banker world, I got this property deal under contract in New Mexico, and I went to put the deal together, and turns out it was sitting on part government land, and the government would have been more than willing to work with us on just doing what we needed to do. Oh, except Donald Trump had just been elected, and he put a freeze on hiring new employees, government employees. So you don't think about this shit happening to people, but he put a freeze on government employees hiring, and then the guy that I was supposed to be dealing with,
That's not me. I don't know who that is.
yeah, I got it. He retired right as I started this transaction, and they couldn't hire a new guy yet. And I was like, man, this is crazy. So, I mean, yeah, the government always seems like it's getting in the way, always slowing things down, always making things more difficult. But at the same time, there's
just a workaround.
Always workarounds on
Yeah,
it.
so this came up again on the live with Zach Ginn. Remember, you did an interview with Zach.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he's not denying that it's going to come out, because he said he heard it too, but he's curious to see what it's going to consist of, because he's saying, like, if he owned a doctor's office and he needed to send out messages to his clients, reminding them of an appointment or whatever, whichever, whatever you got to get in contact with them about. He's saying he can't see the government shutting that down. So just curious to know how that's going to work.
Well, from what I heard about the Trace Act, I don't believe it really affects the texting any. It's more about the one ring phone calls,
the
robocalls, people hiding their caller ID or spoofing the caller ID because of the sheer volume of all that going on. Regarding texting, the TCPA compliance, you might not be able to do mass texting. You might have to click send, individually hundreds of times a day. But I don't think this is going to affect what we're doing. It might change it.
Okay.
But we never know with these laws that come out. Good point that you brought it up, because these are things that we have to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Right.
There's always, I don't know, my take on it, there's always going to be regulation changes, and there's always going to be people that take it and run with it and turn it into drama that really just some minor adjustments in our business can easily get around.
Absolutely. Rick, I wish you'd just answered this question to begin with, because that was the perfect answer.
It's always happening, man.
Always happening, man.
Yeah, always.
And y'all know that I'm connected with a couple, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 really super successful marketers in this game. Okay. So I know that if, when and if I need to cross that bridge, I'll just call up one of them and say, hey, what are we doing now? And they'll tell me. And that's what we're doing. Okay. Oh my gosh. Nobody gets rich in this business alone, y'all. Nobody has ever, nor are they gonna. Okay. So don't sweat it, but I'll look into it. We'll investigate. I'll call some of my friends and say, hey, what's up with this, and they'll let us
I
know.
put an article to it in the chat for people who want to read it, but it's basically, yeah, so it's the robocall stuff. The FCC is going to crack on that pretty hard for robocalls. It's like $10,000 fines on robocalls.
I'm not doing robocalls though. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. So it might not even affect me at all, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it didn't really talk about so much about texting. It did say if it was unsolicited, but if it's a Zillow ad, it's not unsolicited because they're advertising their house for sale.
Okay.
How many calls we all get on extending our warranties on our cars? Those are the guys that just ruined it for everybody.
Those car warranty guys. Oh.
Yeah, but those calls are legit.
Yeah, right.
I have 4 car warranties on my car. I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Would you like to buy the Vegas package? You weren't going to buy the Vegas package, were you?
Yeah, but so Nick,
I saw that.
Nick, what makes it an unsolicited call? These people must have reached out to you at some point to talk about their house, right?
Well, no, not the call. The like if you're doing like, so basically, yeah, they're talking about like all those like car warranties and medical insurance and blah 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 stuff. Like it's not really, from what I read, it's not anything that talks about like real estate stuff. But I mean, I can see like the ringless voicemail being a part of that. That kind of thing, but or to like off market deals. But yeah, for like things that are advertising, like for rent by owner or for sale by owner, it shouldn't affect that at all.
And we're buying, we're not selling.
That's
What?
Yeah, we're buying.
Yeah, we're buying, we're not selling. And you could also preface your text with, I spoke to you a while back. Don't remember when, but are you looking to sell your house?
No, exactly.
Yeah. So what Anthony is saying is put a little grease on it, In other words, make it be slick, right?
Yeah, you made a mistake, maybe.
That's fun. Well, yeah, we'll take a look at it and get back to you guys. So there'll be a future update on the Trace to Act. What about Sandra? You're in Mark's calling lab. That's what I call it. But I don't know. You guys have like a team name, like the Satellites or the Cougars, or not Cougars, Wildcats, or something like a team name.
The Cougars.
Our team name is the snoring bulldog. Because we have a mascot, Mark's.
No, erase that picture I gave you. Erase it.
Mark's dog. He's in the background giving us a rhythm to our call.
Text me the email.
So
say that again, Sandra.
I said we have, so our team name is the snoring bulldog, because Mark's we have a little mascot within Mark's dog, who gives us a little bit of a rhythm, when we're making calls. He's in the background making his own version of calls too. But yeah, it's been really great. It's it's very motivating, and I look forward to it on a daily basis. And it's just easier because I get these calls done early, so I can already reach my number of 5 people, or most of it, before 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So then if I want to come back in the evening, and make some more calls, then I can go ahead and do that. But it's become like a rhythm in terms of like, I know what I'm doing, you know, at 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I really like it. And we it's really helpful because we also like while we're talking to somebody, we'll also put messages in the chat box to the person who's talking to the seller, just to be like, hey, ask about this, ask about that. So that's also helping in terms of that also.
Yeah. Encouragement, yeah. And tips like, hey, oh, don't forget to say this, or
Yeah.
ask him that, or here's an idea I had. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
We're just
I
feeding
love
off of each other, the energy and stuff like that. So it's really been helpful.
Yeah. I dig it. That's a beautiful thing. Who else is in here that's in that group? Alan
Carl.
and Sandra. Carl, you want to say anything about the group?
It's just it helps me too. So to get a different rhythm, and so and more coming from just making strictly real just cold calls, just and not getting nothing but no, or who are you, or what do you want, and just hang up. I'm getting a little bit better feedback now than the last 2 years I have been cold calling. So
yeah, that's awesome.
What are you doing differently, Carl?
Yeah.
Calling the Zillows instead of I used to use PropStream, but a lot of them, even like if it's like I was going for vacants, it just depends, vacants. A lot of those houses were, when I was looking for distressed properties, when you look at it on Zillow or even on PropStream, those houses were nice. So I'm like, how you gonna get it low enough even for ARV to get it for a wholesale? So after a good year and a half doing that, and then coming here and finally start doing Zillow for sale by owners, I've been getting a better reaction. At least I'm getting to talk to people more than normal.
Yeah.
Carl, when you was using PropStream, how many text messages were you sending out?
I was straight cold calling. I was taking a listen, calling.
Oh, okay. Because what I've learned in PropStream is when you are, I call it cold reaching out. When you are cold reaching out, you have to do a large volume because it's totally different. Yeah, it's totally different from people who have their house up for sale.
Yeah.
With a number.
Exactly.
Yeah, I find with PropStream, you got to do a bigger volume, but you also got to stack the list. You can't just do vacants. You got to do vacants with some other kind of pain point in there. Because if you just do vacants, you'll get a guy who has maybe he has 2 houses or 3 houses, and they're worth maybe $250,000 together, and one of them has a $30,000 mortgage on it. He's not motivated to sell. So you gotta on PropStream, you gotta stack that list. And anytime you do pre-foreclosures or anything like that, and depending on where you at in the country, you're gonna get it's gonna be brutal. If you in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, maybe a little bit of Maryland, you're gonna get all kinds of FUs and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm in
Alabama, Kentucky, Ohio.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Sorry.
Yeah, what are you looking for? What are you looking for on top of the vacants? You looking for liens? And,
I like the the liens. Sometimes I'll switch up and see if they have like a mortgage on it, and see if some kind of thing. I'll look at the entire landlord list, liens, vacant. It's been quite a few things I done changed on there. But I'm in Portland, Oregon, but I don't mess with Portland. So I did at first when I very first started, and then I started going like in Ohio, little bit of Michigan. And now on Zillow, I've been a lot in Kansas, the state of Kansas, and some places in Texas, not in Houston, not in the major cities, but more country type places.
Yeah.
Carl, were you part of a club before, or has this club helped you to being part of this club? And
Well, I've been in other groups, but I felt this one, as far as the time and season, because most of these sellers now are not, they want top dollar. They ain't trying to hear what you have to say. So I had to change, because the stuff while I was doing it just wasn't working. I'm like, look, I'm doing this, but they're not hearing. So one day I was just late night and I found Justin on there on YouTube, and that's what drew me to this club. And so I know I'm in the right place, and I know eventually it's going to change, especially the market. So as long as I keep putting in the work, I'm not worried about it.
Oh yeah, dude, we love you around here.
Thank
You are gold around here, man. So, and I mean like your heart, you know, like we love it.
Thank you.
So your work ethic, man, you fit right in perfect. Your family here, man. We love you. So thanks for the kind words too. Everybody that said kind words. Sandra, LaShawn, Carl. I don't know. Everybody's been so nice.
Hey, Justin, I don't care what they say about you in the real estate investing community. You're all right in my book, buddy.
Yeah, you know, I'm not the most popular guy, but that's okay. I don't need to be that popular.
No, I'm grateful for you for putting together such a great club.
Hey, I appreciate you saying that, man. I want to design this in such a way that it's affordable, it's easy for you to manage, you know, financially, and also where we do things that equip you and help you get that motivation, that momentum. That's really probably the hardest part. Oh, yeah. I don't know who just did this, but let me go look. Vernon, hey, anybody that's got a deal they're working on, put it in the chat, y'all, in the Zoom chat. If you're out there watching on YouTube and you want to put it in the YouTube chat, you can do that too. I'll check it here in a second. But if you got deals you want to JV on, you want to work on together, throw them in the chat. That's another thing. Yes. Not only that, but we get together every day, sometimes twice a day. We have guests that are superstar guests. We have people that do this stuff, okay, too. Not just the superstars. We have people that do this stuff. All right, so one of the things that I want to do, phone bingo. Let me share this screen with you guys. Phone bingo is a VIP only game, and I want to launch it today, and it's played from Saturday to Saturday, so from week to week. All right, so we start today. You get the VIP bingo card by going to realestatewholesalersclub.com, and then there's a pop-up that will pop up immediately right there on your phone or computer or your whatever they call it, your pad. Just click that button right there, and then you'll be able to download this, okay? It's a picture, so you can put it on your phone or you can put it wherever you need to put it, okay? But that's how you get it. That's how you get the card. Once you get the card, you'll probably want to print it out. I think I'm going to. And then as you're making calls this week, okay, as you're making calls to leads, you're doing your business. These are just some little, what do they call them? What do they call them? Checkpoints in video games where you get past a certain point and you can, you know, if you get killed, you can go back to that point and start over. You don't have to go back to the beginning. These are kind of checkpoints in a way. So the first one in the middle is free, so you don't have to do anything to get that. All right, that one there is a bonus square. Everybody's got one to start with, okay? anytime you cross the threshold of completing one of these, and we'll go through them pretty quickly here so you can ask questions if you don't understand what a square means. But check off a square, put a checker on it. Okay, print this out, lay it on the table, put a checker on it, or a quarter, or a nickel, or a dime, or a penny, or whatever you got. Put a big X on it so you can remember that you accomplished this particular square. And when you get 5 in a row in any direction during the week, that's a bingo. Okay, so I want you to bring it into the VIP session, or bring it in next Saturday to the Saturday show. Bring your card with the X's on it, or which row you completed. And when you do that, we will then, that entitles you to a spin on Justin's Wheel of Honor. Okay. Justin's Wheel of Honor. Actually, this has got a lot of prizes on it. So it's got a 3-minute timer prize on it. And the 3-minute timer prize I'm talking about is the 3-minute timer that says shut up money on it. Okay. So this is metal, made out of metal. So it's good quality stuff here. It does last about 3 minutes. All right. So if you're making your phone calls, you need a little 3-minute desk reminder of how to qualify or disqualify your prospect in 3 minutes or less. The 3-minute timer. So that's a prize you could win this week. And it'll change from week to week. Then we also have a hoodie. Okay, you could win a hoodie. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen me wear the Shut Up Money hoodies and the club hoodies. Okay, there's a hoodie. Club tee. Okay, so a t-shirt. You could win a club t-shirt. You could land on the $20. There we go. $20 towards leads. Okay, so that's just 20. That's a $20 lead bump for you. Here's one that says plus 2 spins. So if you get a bingo this week, you get a free spin. You spin the Wheel of Honors. It lands on plus 2 spins. Then you get 2 more spins. So you might win 2 or 3 prizes this week. Let's see here.
The Double Dipper.
Yeah. There's free lunch for you right there. All right. I'll buy lunch. Okay. There's a spin again, but wait, I've saved the best for last. Let's see here. If you land on sorry, you don't win anything. Okay.
Snarry.
You could land on sorry and not win a damn thing. All right. I'll still like you, though. Okay. But the best one of all is donate. And what that means is that you have to pick another person in the VIP room. They have to be in the Zoom room with us at the time next Saturday when we spin. But you'll have to pick somebody else in the Zoom room and donate your spin to them. And then they get to spin. They might not even be playing the bingo game. They'll get to spin and they win your prize. Okay. What do y'all think? Huh? All right. Just a little
fabulous cash and prizes.
Yeah. And then, I don't know how many of y'all are going to win this week. How many of you are going to get bingo and get free spins? So we'll see how many people participate and what it's like and all that. But I'll be changing the prizes up too, as we move forward. We want to play this maybe for a few rounds. Let's see if we want to do a few rounds, and we'll spin the wheel every Saturday, maybe for a few weeks in a row. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun. A little competition here. A little competition. Somebody. I'll feel bad though if somebody works real hard and they get bingo and then they come in, they spin the wheel and it lands on sorry. Ain't life a bitch sometimes. I mean, oh my goodness. All right, so let me share screens with you. Let's go over this bingo card real quick. All right, bingo. Made 5 offers. Everybody know what I mean by 5 offers? Okay. Made 5 offers. No questions on that one? All you need is 5 in a row. All right. The second box here, set a second appointment for closing the deal. Somebody tell me what I mean by that. Set a second closing appointment. This is phone bingo. Anybody know what that means? What do I mean by setting a second closing appointment?
Another follow-up call?
Yeah. You scheduled a follow-up call with the guy. Yeah. Or gal. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Posted a tip on the private VIP Facebook group. That one there should be easy to get. Called 50 leads. Ooh, that's aggressive. Ooh, in a week? Can you call 50 in a week? Sure you can. Got seller signatures. Okay, that means you got a signature from a seller on a doc. You guys, everybody knows what that means. You guys might be like, oh my gosh, that one's a hard row. Yeah, but there's so many other rows that might not be so hard. Asked all 4 qualification questions. Somebody tell me real quick, what are the 4 qualification questions that we need to find out? They're more topics that we need to talk about and find out about what's going on with the seller. What are the 4 qualification questions? Anybody know?
Why, money, timing, commitment?
Oh, yeah. You guys are good. Okay. That's exactly right. So that's it. If you're asking those 4 questions on your calls, then you got that box. Okay. Prospect said, we have a deal. Okay. If at the end of your call, one of your prospects said, yeah, that sounds like we have a deal. Yeah. Now, they might not have signed the agreement yet. You might not even have sent it to them yet, but they said that. Okay, you got that box. Okay. Make the prospect talk more than you did. Okay. Are you doing this? Okay. How do we do this? How do we make a prospect talk to us more than we talk to them?
Ask questions.
Perfect, LaShonda. Asking questions. Are you doing the talking? Are you sales pitching these people? Or are you asking questions and letting them sales pitch you? That's the guts way, right? All right, 500 to 1,000 scrapes. What am I talking about? Anybody? I love the cat, Ed. Beautiful cat. That reminds me of a cat I used to know named Smokey.
My assistant.
500 to 1,000 scrapes. Anybody know? What am I talking about?
Leads.
The automated REI or
Yeah.
whichever way.
Leads. Yeah. Now, if you say in your mind, you say, well, but I don't use automated REI. I use PropStream or I use FreedomSoft or I use something else. Okay, well, if you did 500 to 1,000 of them, or you feel like what you did was comparable to this, then I'll allow that. Judges, will we allow that? Ding, ding. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
on those scrapes, what's the consensus on Zillow, Frisbo's, or Craigslist scrapes? Anyone having more success with one or the other?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Craigslist, you get the phone numbers. PropStream, you got to skip it, and then once again, PropStream is kind of like cold texting or cold calling.
I'm just talking about results from Zillow, Frisbo, or Craigslist for sale. If anyone's having more luck with Zillow or Craigslist.
Oh, yeah.
I do 3 weeks of the month on Zillow for sale by owners and 1 week of the month on Craigslist.
Okay.
I hope that helps.
Yep.
Okay. Fire a bad prospect. What am I talking about? What is a bad prospect and why would we fire them? Someone.
Not motivated.
Asshole.
Not motivated.
Yeah. An unmotivated asshole. That's the VIP's definition of a bad prospect. Okay. So you might need to fire a bad prospect this week and get that box right there. So see, this 5 in a row isn't that difficult, but it does require your activity. Prospect complimented you. 3rd row. All right. Anybody ever had a prospect compliment you? A seller ever say, you know, I like you. I like your vibe. You know, something about you're different than them other guys or gals. There's something special about you.
I've had it several times.
From the moment I met you, I knew there was something different about you. I've never had them go that far, but yeah. I've had them compliment me. I've had them say, you know, you have Jesus's eyes. I'm like, really? I better give them back. Participated with camera on in a VIP session. Ooh, that's a tough one, y'all.
Damn.
A freebie. Spoke to a prospect with a V in their name. This is the magic sauce, guys. This is why y'all aren't getting deals. Because y'all aren't calling enough people to find the ones that have a V in their name, because those are the only ones that do deals with people like us, okay? Is that true or false? Of course that's false. But it is an interesting task to monitor your calls. I wonder, have I spoken to anybody recently with the name that has a V in it? Okay, just something that's going to require, this box will just require you to make more than 1 or 2 phone calls this week. That's all. But you'll find a V pretty quickly, I promise. Call prospects by their first name. Why might we want to make a habit of calling prospects by their first name? Anyone?
More personable that way.
Yeah. Did you know that psychologists tell us that your first name is the most beautiful sound that your brain recognizes? Yeah, your brain thinks your first name is beautiful, even if you don't like it. There's something about your biological, what do they call it, your reptilian brain, that brain stem, something about that's programmed with your first name from birth. And so to hear your name does something to you psychologically. Yeah, sure it does. If I said Rick, and then I kept talking like this, and then I said Larry, and then I said something, they're like, what? Hello? What are we talking about? What's he saying? Yeah. It's something about your name.
Hey, Justin,
Yeah.
that's funny, because I know it does something psychologically to you when you're a kid and you know you're in trouble, and
Yeah.
then your
Yeah.
your mom say, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Come on, LaShonda. If you don't want to do the deal, I told you could tell me no. It's okay if you want to fire me. Is that what's happening here? Are you just a polite person and you don't want to offend me, or can we go ahead and talk about this, LaShonda? See, it's very, very, very personal, very controlling almost of the conversation, right? I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Larry, I love it. Do you love it, Larry? See, Larry is compelled to answer now. He wants to answer. He wants to hit that unmute button real bad and say, yep, I love it. Justin, I love it.
I love it.
Yeah. Use the first name, guys. Okay, use the first name. That's an easy box to get. These are some good habits and some good momentums to grasp this week. Okay, set the agenda. Row number 4. Set the agenda on every call. Somebody give me an example of a guts agenda. What do I mean? Anybody? I know that you guys and gals know a guts agenda like you know the back of your hand. Everybody just trying to be humble and shy. Somebody tell me.
I got one.
All right.
Hey, I wanted to call you about your property, see if I could ask you a few questions. You could ask me a few questions. I might even want to make an offer today, and if you don't like it, you can just tell me no. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So it consists of 3 parts. That was perfect, Mark. The 3 parts are what? What are the 3 parts to the agenda? Anybody? Oh, I'm asking detailed questions of serious.
That's the roadmap.
Oh, the roadmap. Ding, ding, ding. That's the first one. What's the second part of the agenda?
Getting the permission.
Permission to ask questions. Yes. What's the third part?
Give them permission to fire you.
Oh, Corey, hit that one out of the park. Yeah, that's in your wheelhouse, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Give them permission to tell you no. Why is that something we want to do?
So we won't waste time?
Sure. It allows you to control the conversation like an adult.
Okay.
I'm not forcing a person that doesn't want to listen to me to listen to my sales pitch like most salespeople do. I want to ask you a few questions and give you the ability to tell me no if it's not a good fit. Is that okay? Does that bring down any walls, anyone? Does that bring down the wall that normal salespeople leave standing right there in between them and the prospect?
What are you doing?
I think so. So, set the agenda on call. That's rule number 1 of making great phone. Giving good phone, you got to set the agenda. All right, second box on row 4. Spoke to 3 prospects. Their name starts with S. Okay? Could be Sally. Could be Susie. Could be Shane. Could be Sarah. Could be
Selena.
It could be anybody. Let's do that. Let's think of many. How many S names can we think of right now? I just named Sandra.
Sarah.
Sarah. Anybody?
Stephanie.
Sam, Samantha.
Sam.
Stacy.
Shelly. Steve.
Sue Ellen.
Who? What was that?
Sue Ellen.
From Kentucky.
You're calling into Alabama or Mississippi or somewhere.
I know, right?
Shaniqua.
Sue.
Oh gosh, Sean doesn't know.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Shanita.
In
Serenity.
the hood now.
Chantel.
I mean, Shaniqua, I know they're always on Channel 5. You never come across them on a call. The only Shaniquas that I've ever seen, they're usually making the news on Channel 5.
Go to the hood. You'll
I
find
met some Shaniquas.
They out here raping everybody, y'all.
Sabrina. Bewitched.
Stanley.
Shaniqua, I love it.
Damn it.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun one. That shouldn't be too hard to get 3 names with an S.
What are you doing, Shaniqua?
Got the one Sylvester out there.
You do not.
Sylvester.
Know
Sly. What else? What else is there?
Willie.
Slick Willie. Yeah. He's like, yeah, my nickname is Slick Willie. You're like, okay, I'll check that one off.
The legend Slick Leonard just passed away here in Indiana.
Yeah. I don't know a lot of people that go by the name Slick something.
Yeah.
It just depends on what website you're on.
That's probably true. All right, the middle box. Spoke to 5 homeowners a day.
Maybe Shaniqua. I love it. You had me Shaniqua.
Yeah, you heard that? Go to the hood. You won't find one.
5 homeowners a day. That's a great rhythm, you guys and gals. 5 a day. How long does it take to do 5 a day? Somebody tell me.
It varies.
An hour.
About an hour. Yeah. How many? Anybody else got another opinion? Carl said it depends. What's it depend on, Carl?
Well, a lot of voicemails.
Okay.
So that doesn't count. Why you laughing, Mark?
There's a story. There's a story about this. So about the voicemails. So
All right, hold on. But see, that's the next square is leaving a Guts voicemail. Are you leaving Guts voicemails? If you are, then you get that square. So I got to hear this story, bro. What is it?
Carl, up until the last couple of days, Carl was the voicemail king. Every single call he made was he had to leave voicemail. So, but now that's over with. He actually he's gotten some good ones in. He's got to be able to talk. So we were giving him shit about always leaving voicemails. So having to always leave voicemails, but he's doing a great job of that also.
That's funny.
Well, that plays perfectly into what I wanted to do next, which I wanted somebody to give me an example of a great Guts voicemail, because that's the next block over here. So, Carl, you're up. You've got the most experience of anyone, man.
Yeah, okay. Hey, this is Carl. I'm calling about your property.
Wait a minute. Hi, you've reached Shaniqua. I'm not able to take your call right now. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey, Shaniqua, this is Carl. I was calling about a property I seen on Zillow. I was just wondering if it's still for sale. Well, I got a bag full of cash and I'd like to buy it today. Please give me a call back at 503-660-8846. Thank you.
See, look how freaking awesome that is.
Good job, Carl.
Good job, Carl.
You are having a great time. That was super good.
You're killing it,
I know
Carl.
Shaniqua, actually.
Said you know
Shaniqua?
Alan had a great one too yesterday, because I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. We were all getting a ton of voicemails, and Alan's just like, he called and he said, I got cash. I want to buy your house. Call me back. Like,
Good point.
Yeah.
I heard that one when he did it. Yeah. Did he call you back? Did that person call back, Alan? Do you remember?
I can't keep track, but somebody called back.
Okay, so when you guys are leaving these voicemails, are you getting ringbacks? Are these Guts voicemails working for you on getting the ringbacks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
You know what? I never left messages in my cold calling and I have been, and I'm getting return messages.
Oh yeah, return messages.
Yeah.
Like
well, I mean, I'm getting return calls from the messages I leave.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's cool. Good.
I usually leave a message and a text.
Yeah. So everybody's having success with that then. Ed, you said you were or you weren't?
I am.
Oh, you are. He is. Unequivocally slamming that. Yeah. He's got it. Yeah, well, let's leave Shaniqua alone, everybody.
Yeah. We're gonna stop that.
It's LaShonda's fault. It's LaShonda's fault.
We've been picking on her too much.
Oh, Lord.
If you're out there,
Sandra, I'm looking for you now. I'm looking for you.
Well, let's go back to the board. We're almost done. Disqualify most of your leads in 3 minutes or less. Okay, that will come in handy with the 3-minute timer if you happen to win one of those. 3-minute timer, 3 minutes or less. What are we talking about here? Somebody talk to me for a minute about disqualifying why do I say disqualify most of your leads in 3 minutes or less? That sounds so negative. Is this a negative block?
Motivation.
No, it's a time saver.
Yeah. Keep you moving. Don't be worried about the negative people. Just get them out the way.
Yeah. Anybody else? Most of your leads. How many of your leads are you going to disqualify?
More than half.
More than
70%.
yeah, more than yeah.
Most of it.
80-20.
Yeah, I was gonna say about 80%.
Yeah, most of them.
90%.
You're going to talk to the other 20%, and some of those, you know, you're going to disqualify in time, you know, and that's okay. If I could get 20% of the deals locked down and close them all, man, I'd be the richest guy there ever was. I'd be the next Solomon or something. But, you know, this is a numbers game, so you're going to disqualify most of your leads. I think this is an excellent block to have because we need to remember, hey, part of my work as a real estate investor is to disqualify most of these. Most of these, yeah. Not anywhere near all of them are you ever going to do a deal with. Okay, the next row, advised another club member. That should be easy. The next one, really define the prospect's problem. What am I talking about when I say really define the prospect's problem? And what stage of the conversation does this happen? Ooh, it's a tough one.
When you asking them why are they selling?
Yeah.
That's where it begins. Yeah.
Closing.
It begins in the qualification stage where you start asking them why. Hey, it's you know, how long have you lived there and why would you be wanting to move now? 8 years. Oh my goodness, you've lived there 8 years. It must feel like home. Well, I mean, why would you get out of there today? Oh, okay. That's why. Okay, well, is it tell me about the money. What do you got to have the money for? You know, you buying an RV, you buying a new ranch? Where are you going? What's happening? I'm finding out. I'm defining slowly here. Well, rather quickly, less than 3 minutes. But I say quickly because most wholesalers and investors will spend 30 minutes on the phone and still not know this information. Okay, it's crazy, but true. So 3 minutes or less, maybe 5. Okay, you've really found out what this prospect's problem is. Why is it important for us to understand what the prospect's problem really is? Now, they might not want to come right out and say, hey, listen, Bob, I've got a problem, and here's what it is. All right? Wouldn't it be cool if they did? But they don't. So no one wants to admit they have problems in life. Have you ever noticed that? Every son of a gun you ever meet, hey, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Bullshit, man. That guy's life is falling apart. You know, but for the most part, you know, and then we meet one of those people who really tells you the truth. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, well, you know, it's been a really rough, and we run from them people, right? That's too much reality for my ass. I'll be honest with you. But when it comes down to the phone, we have to ask questions to get them to open up and talk. And then we determine by listening what their problem really is. Why is this important?
So we could use it.
Yes. Well, how are we going to use it, LaShonda?
Or use it to structure. Use it to structure the deal. It'll allow you to know which way you're going to go. If you're going to do it with cash, you know, whatever strategy you're trying to use.
Yeah, absolutely. And anything else? What else could we add to that? Anything? It allows us to understand what to offer, what kind of deal strategy or deal structure we might do with this person. But what else does it indicate to us? Anything?
You can offer a solution during the closing.
Yes, you can solve the guy's problem. Your offer now fits him. It fits his needs. Man, how many wholesalers out there? Your competition is out there making blind offers in the dark, irregardless of the seller's situational needs or wants. But not us, because we're smarter than that, right? Yeah. So we want to really define the prospect's problem so we can make an offer to solve that problem in the closing stage of the conversation. What do? What's the 3 sections of the closing stage that are right off the top? Somebody.
Recap.
Recap. What are we recapping?
The problem.
The problem.
The pain.
The pain.
The pain.
And then what do?
We solve it or satisfy it.
Yes. Perfect, Corey. Yeah, now your offer to solve the problem makes a hell of a lot more sense than that last guy who just shot a lowball offer and walked away. All right, so what's the third thing we do after we solve? First of all, we recap, then we solve or satisfy, then what?
That's a question.
Ask the closing question. Yes, this isn't something you want to do with me today, is it? Oh. Okay, the next box. Emailed agreements to prospect. Okay, they didn't have to sign them to get this box, but you emailed them the agreements, okay? Offered to solve, the next box, a prospect's problem. That means you got as far as the closing section, you recapped the problem, and then you offered to solve the problem. Whether they said yes or no to you, irregardless, you did offer to close that deal. So that is a box for you. And then the last one, 500 to 1,000 outbound texts. Okay. Are there any questions on any of these boxes on the bingo card? There is some rules. Here, let me show you the rules. Okay. The rules are, don't look at this. This was my notes from the Trace Act. All right, the rules are for phone bingo, 1 bingo equals 1 spin on the Wheel of Honors, and that's per player per week. Okay, so don't come to me next week and say, Justin, I got 10 bingos, yo. I'll be like, okay, I'll let you have 1 spin. Okay. All right, I'm just letting you know. It's just for fun, okay? Nobody's going to get rich here off of bingo for sure. But it'll give you some targets, some things to shoot for, some habits. It'll help you develop some good habits, keep you mindful of some of those things. And it'll be a little healthy competition amongst the folks here in the group. If you are a part of Mark's group, I encourage you guys to play bingo with us this week. If you're not a part of the Calling Lab group that Mark has going right now, every day it starts at 10 a.m. Central. Okay. You can plug into that too. It's right here in this Zoom room. Okay. There is one rule that I'm aware of, and that is, the bingo sheet. Just go to realestatewholesalersclub.com. It'll pop right up and just hit download. That's it. That's how you get the bingo sheet. If you're not in that group, there's one rule if you want to get in that calling group. And the one rule that I'm aware of is that in that group, you must make calls. Okay. While you're in the group. That's what they do together. Okay. So you can't just listen to people and pretend that you're learning shit by not doing anything. You know what I mean? This is a lab. Anybody ever took a lab in school knows that you can sit on your ass in the class, but in the lab, you got to actually move around a little bit and do some stuff, or you don't pass. Okay?
Just depends where you're sitting.
So if you show up to the daily calling lab and you don't call, we will boot you out of there. Okay? You're still welcome to come to the training, coaching calls and all that, but the lab is sacred. Okay?
I will definitely boot you. I will definitely boot you if you don't make calls.
Oh yeah. Don't mess with us. Don't mess with us, man.
What time is it, Mark?
8 a.m. Pacific.
That'll be 11 o'clock your time, East Coast, Mag. So 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock East Coast. If you want to come into the Zoom room, it's about a 2-hour long, hour and a half to 2 hours of nothing but calling. If you cannot get the momentum alone to get this rhythm going that will get you what you want in life, and I'm talking about getting out of that job and get your freedom on, if you can't seem to get the rhythm, dude, plug in with us every flipping day. And then when we're done, you're done for the day. Okay? It's okay. All right? Just depend on us for the rhythm, because we got the rhythm going for you. Just plug in. Plug in. Bingo sheet, realestatewholesalersclub.com. This week, starting on Monday, we have, of course, I'm doing the coaching session during the day. That'll be buyers, dispositions, okay, selling our contracts, how we find buyers, what we do, building ads, all about buyers, 2 days in a row. Plus, we have questions and answer sessions too. If you bring your problems, questions, bring your deals. There was a deal somebody put here in the chat room, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that in the Zoom room chat room, go slide up there and find that deal. It looks like Vernon put something in there. Is that a deal? Not sure what that is. Oh, that's a list. Those are list requirements. Okay, sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's the prop stream zombie list.
Okay, cool. Good information. Grab that if you're in the Zoom room, everybody. Monday night, Steve D. What's happening, Steve D?
We're going to do a tools for the real estate investors night. So I'm going to do a presentation, and we'll stop and ask questions. And there's some of the things that I use, some of the things I've heard other people using. It'll be a pretty cool night. If you can't make it, watch the recording.
Yeah. So there'll be no guest. Is that right?
No.
Okay. Steve, you're guest enough, man.
Yeah, right. I'm stepping back, baby. I want to watch and listen. Yeah. Thank you.
You're doing great, man. We're really enjoying it too. So don't miss Monday nights. All about tools with Steve D. Okay. Great. And then Wednesday night, anybody here attend last Wednesday night with Nick? Okay. Everybody's like, yeah. Slowly nodding. Yeah. We were here. Yeah, I know. All right. Awesome session, guys. That guy has got a really good handle on getting going. Okay. Getting going. He's gotten got paid on a deal last week. Okay. He's pretty new, but he's sharp and he's good and he's making money now. So he wants to share some of the things that he's taken from me and some of the other coaches here in the club and other people. And then he's interpreted that into his business. He wants to share that with you guys so you can kind of copy. Man, so far the last 2 weeks have been dynamite. So don't miss Wednesdays. That's great. And then, of course, Wednesday with Victor Walker, role play. Thursday, we do live seller calls again with Mark Richardson. Thank God for him. What a blessing. And then Arturo on Friday. So lots going on here, folks. The most important thing for you that I want you to take away from today is just find when you have time and plug in with us here. Okay, you will grow. I promise you that. Okay, you will grow. You will be challenged to develop here. All right. So I love you guys, and the club makes it that way. Okay. I am way more slouchy than this. Okay. Y'all know what I mean? I am way more slouchy than this. You guys inspire me, and you guys have made this club wonderful. Thank you. Anybody got anything they want to share today? We've been going for a little over an hour. Anything anybody want to share today before we wrap up and call it a day? Anybody going to play bingo with me this week?
Yeah.
All right. Good. I hope so. It's going to be fun. Then next week we'll spin the wheel and give away some prizes. Anybody got anything to add to today? Anybody with a question or a comment? Anything they might want to? Yeah, Ray, what's up?
Hi, team. I'm new, obviously, in the team here, and I'm being in training and watching the courses. So I haven't participated a lot, like vocally. You guys are making calls. I still haven't even started that yet. However, just with the little time that I have been in the sessions, I have learned a lot already. In fact, I don't know if you remember, I had a property stuck for finding a tenant buyer. And Steve feedback, I think it was the first week when I joined the club. And he showed me an example of how he had it phrased and everything. And I did something similar. I got my tenant buyer yesterday, signed contract and everything. Finally.
Congratulations, man.
Congrats.
Yep.
Awesome.
And with the help of Mary, I
job.
know Mary's here.
Great.
She helped me a lot too, and Jerry as well.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So just a little bit of time and already benefiting from joining the club.
Man, that's good. I can't
That's
wait.
awesome.
Yeah.
Could y'all hear that cowbell when I was ringing it, or did it mute it for you?
No, I heard it. I heard it.
Oh, okay, because I was going to ring it again. That's so great, man.
So thank you guys.
Ray, that is the
Good
best
job. Good
news
job,
I've heard
Ray. Good
all
job.
day.
That's awesome.
Dude, you remember when you brought that to us and we were all like, ooh. Man,
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, you could, but
Too wordy, this and that. Put on the purchase side, not on the rental side, all that stuff. You know.
That was a tough love deal. That one.
Yeah.
So how'd you find this tenant buyer? What was the magic sauce for you?
Well, actually, remember, I still had a realtor, so I put the pressure, asking for the non-exclusive. She started fighting me back, and I said, "You got a few days to find me a tenant buyer." We made the changes. We made it very concise, to the point, not a lot of words. $10,000 down, just like Steve had it. And 2 days later, I got my first tenant buyer. Nice family, by the way.
Great. That's awesome, dude.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
Congrats.
Justin,
you said you built an ad?
sorry, go ahead.
Did you say you built an ad?
Yes. On Zillow, I changed the ad.
Oh, you just changed it
to the format that
reordered
Steve showed me on that when he showed it to me. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, dude. Yeah, we were talking about
that percentage. Steve said to put the price there, like $10,000 down. You know, something like that, concise. So that's exactly what I did, because I had my realtor had like 6% down. And see, people don't think in percentage. You know, you got to put the numbers.
I don't like putting dollar amounts in there usually. I'd rather put in there, you know, reserve a down payment. You know, tell people, you know, if you're a good candidate, you know, and you got an overall decent down payment, give us a call. I don't word it like that, but you get the general consensus.
Correct. But the ad you showed me, you had $10,000 down.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's a tough market.
Yeah.
You don't ask it, everybody's got 1,000. So.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
I don't know if you remember, about 2 weeks ago, I said I was doing a deal on a funeral home.
Yes.
And that was a master lease assignment. I finished the deal yesterday. That's all done with.
Nice.
This is an open forum. We're not going to talk about it on here. But if you want, maybe next week we can chat about it.
Yeah, baby.
Man,
That was
ringing
an
a lot
odd ball.
today.
That was an odd ball, and it rang the bell like you just did. So, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I would like you to dissect that deal. We would like to know more about it.
You can lease option, or you can lease or master assign anything. It doesn't matter. A pack of cigarettes. It doesn't matter. It just takes two people to agree. So that was a good deal. I fell in my hands, and that was
awesome.
Money in the bank. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations to everyone. That's it's great to hear. It's great to hear. And if it's not you this week, let's make it that way next week. Okay? It can be. All right. We just got to put a little focused effort onto it. And a little bit, you know, I saw a meme today that I really agree with, the compound effect. I don't know if you guys are aware of that philosophy, the compound effect. Little things add up. It's a little bit of work that you do on it every day. It might not seem like it did much today, but in the big picture, as you move forward, oh yeah, you've done a lot, right? They say you have to do something in order to become a master at it for 10,000 hours. You can't do that in a day. But how you do it is you do it for a little bit every day for a long time. And
consistent.
You become great at it. Yep. That's how it works. So let's get started. And bingo will be a fun way for you to get started if you're in a lull or a slump, or if you're not going yet. Let's play bingo. Let's get it going. Let's have a good time. Yeah. Anybody else with a question? Anybody with anything today that we can share before we call it a session? Put it in.
Justin, I was gonna share with the group, because I had brought it up probably about maybe a month ago on that property that I had that I had took over sub 2 with the in-tenant buyer that had already had a lease option with them. And he didn't have any, his paperwork was not correct. So when I took it over, he had forfeited his option to purchase, but in his mind, he thought he still had the right to purchase it, and he didn't. So anyway, make a long story short, I had brought this up in the group, and what ended up happening was the previous seller that I had took it over, the previous seller took him to court Wednesday because he took him to court for back rent on this lease option deal. He wasn't paying his rent on time, and he was not paying the late fees when he wasn't paying it on time. So the previous seller took him to court on that because all that happened before I took it over. The seller took him to court on that, and then he also took him to court because he had hired this guy to do some repairs to the house, which the guy didn't do all of the repairs. This guy is a contractor that's living in there. So the seller took him to court Wednesday. The seller won the judgment. So the in-tenant buyer has to pay him all the back pay and the late fees and all that stuff that he owed. And also, what's unique about this story is the judge specifically told the in-tenant buyer, you do not have an option to purchase this property because you do not have the documentation with signatures. It was the documentation had the seller's signature, but the buyer, for whatever reason, didn't sign, and he must have lost his paperwork. I mean, I don't know what happened. I think he lost his paperwork, right? He lost his paperwork. So when they went to court, because he didn't have his paperwork, he screwed up. So for me, I was having a problem getting him out of there because he's thinking he's purchasing it, but now I don't have a problem. So now I'm gonna have to take him to court to get him out. I'm gonna try to call and talk to him and get him to move. And if he don't move now, I have the ability to evict him according to the judge.
Yeah. So basically, what the judge was saying is, if I understand it right, LaShonda, and correct me, is that what you have now is because there is no effective option agreement anymore on this property with this tenant buyer, that he is now just a tenant on a month-to-month rental basis only.
Yes.
Period.
And she told him that on the Zoom, because everything was on the Zoom, she told him that specifically so he can understand that, because he was real anal thinking differently.
Yeah.
So they helps him kick. He's a tenant.
Yeah.
He's not he's not purchasing.
He's just a renter. So send him a notice and get him out of
Just a
there, and
renter.
then make your money, LaShonda. That's what you want.
Right.
Yep.
I just wanted to bring that up because we all talked about that about a month ago.
Well, how about this?
Ring that damn bell.
Ring the bell. That's crazy.
Because, man, I know you, LaShonda, you've been sweating this one.
Oh man, I was sweating bullets because I got that property in September, and me and this guy been going back and forth ever since. And I just kept on praying something's gotta give.
Well, congratulations on the progress on that one.
Thanks.
Anybody else with anything before we go? Okay. Love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and we'll see you in the VIP this week, okay? Get busy on your business, and let's get to work on it together and get that momentum going.
Let's
all right?
do this.
Love you guys. Let's play bingo. All right, I'm going to talk about bingo every time you see me, okay? You're going to be sick of bingo by the time we're done with this, but you're going to grow. I love you. Okay, I'll see you later.
Enjoy your weekend.
All right, you too.
Have a
Stay
good
safe.
weekend.
Take care, team.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Justin.